What if Lantern Control could play more than 4 Profane Tutors? Pillage the Bog just might be what we're looking for as an upgrade to Ancient Stirrings. Let's see how it does. So y'all know that I really love Profane Tutor out of Lantern Control. Profane Tutor just finds whatever you need out of the deck. It's incredible. It's an extremely strong card. And I kind of have a bit of a catchphrase at this point where I say that Profane Tutor always comes off suspend right on time. So what if we tried having more Profane Tutors in the deck? Ancient Stirrings doesn't find discard. Mishra's Bauble doesn't dig very deep. Pillage the Bog finds a lot of stuff. So I'm going to build a deck today that plays with Pillage the Bog as a consistency tool, as opposed to any of the other stuff that I've been playing with. I don't know how well this is going to work, but that's why we test these leagues, is to see if they work or not. Other than that, it's pretty much a traditional Lantern list. We've got the package of Lantern lock pieces that I'm used to playing. We've got all the hate rocks that I'm used to playing. The interaction, I had a flex slot. I could have put in like a 9th discard spell. I could have put in an additional consistency piece. I chose to put in Extirpate just for funsies. I feel like it might be decent against Belcher if I can get a Char Belcher into the graveyard for some reason. I've got 2 Assassin's Trophies. I don't think I need to go up to 3. I do want to keep the 2-drop slot in this deck not super duper full. The mana in this deck, I've only got 4 Urza Saga as colorless lands. Every single other land in the deck produces either black or green mana. I figured if I'm going to be having more black-green spells like trophies and pillages, then I really wanted to be as consistent with my mana base as possible. So this is my attempt at making something that's a little bit more consistent. Sideboard is actually, I believe, exactly the same as compared to some of my previous traditional lists. I decided not to change it. Maybe I will have to change it at some point. I don't know. As of right now, I think it's okay, though. I will go ahead and start up round 1. Let's see if Pillage the Bog is going to be worth it today. We have started round 1 versus V2-4. I will be on the play, thank you. This hand has a lock, it has bridge, it has Urza Saga. I'm going to keep it. This list does have a Surveil land in it, so I'm not going to fire off this Verdant Catacombs right away. Opponent has mulliganed to 6. And there's a Surge node on top of their deck. That's really interesting. So it looks like they're on Dice Factory. I'll go ahead and draw that Pyxis. And I will simply drop double Pyxis here. And on their upkeep, I'm going to exile that Karn face down. Don't want to see that. Candy Trail's fine. And it looks like they're choosing to play it. They kept the Eldrazi Temple on top, but sent whatever other card that was to the bottom. They play a land, right? Okay, there's the Urza Saga. There's Mox Opal. And they've got nothing here. They left the Eldrazi Temple on top. I'm going to dig. I'm going to see if I can find a discard spell. That's an Inquisition of Kozilek. That at least lets me check their hand, even if I'm not likely to take anything out of it. Oh, well, yeah, I was able to take something out of it. Look at that. Kozilek's command, get out of their hand. And we've got Urza's Cave and Urza's Tower on top. I'm going to play my Verdant Catacombs. This is a really good spot for my Surveil land. This Urza Saga is going to pop. It's going to grab a Pithing Needle for this Urza's Cave. Surveil land. I don't need another land here. Found one anyway. Are they going to just let this happen? They did just let it happen. Pithing Needle will come down. I'm going to name Urza's Cave. I'm going to play my Blooming Marsh, and I'm going to play Ensnaring Bridge. My opponent is creating a construct here, and they've got another Urza's Tower. And they would need another Pithing Needle here, I think, in order to actually cause trouble. Well, not another Pithing Needle. I guess I've got the first one, so they would need their own Pithing Needle. Let's see if they play one. Nope, it's just an Everflowing Chalice. Core Tapper's coming down. Can they draw at instant speed right now? They could, actually. They could sacrifice Core Tapper, put some counters on Everflowing Chalice, and then draw. I think I'll make them have it. I'm just going to draw the Pyxis. I'm at 19 life, and against a single Glaring Fleshraker, I'm not really all that concerned. They don't have a way of making lots of colorless creatures right now. Looks like we've got a pretty easy win here. I'm just going to start exiling cards. Not too many cards, because they do have a draw effect still in play. Ooh, and there's a Pillage the Bog. That's going to look at 8 cards. That's really good. They're just tapping out for a giant Astral Cornucopia here. Yeah, that's okay. I'm just going to draw Pillage the Bog. I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, I could plot it. I'm just going to cast it. Just going to cast it. Now what do I want? I think I'm just going to take Pyxis. That Pillage the Bog felt pretty good. I don't know how necessary it was at this stage of the game. Like, there's not that much of a difference between 3 mill rocks and 4, right? What is this? Oh, it's Peter Parker's camera. Enters with 3 film counters on it. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control. I don't think... Oh, I would actually care about that because it could copy the draw off of Candy Trail. Mystic Forge is a big no-no. Okay. They're just casting a massive Astral Cornucopia here. Okay. I will mill just a little bit. They didn't grab anything dangerous off of the first Urza Saga. I think I will let them have a second one. All right, that's fine. I am slowly taking damage off this Glaring Fleshraker, but I just don't think it's relevant here. Yeah, I'll draw the trophy. Just gonna go ahead and grab a Codex Shredder. And I think I will trophy the Urza Saga, actually. They do have Basic Forest. Karn the Great Creator on top of their deck here. Let's see if they do anything about it when I activate Pyxis. Nope, still choosing to do nothing about it. I am just going to move to my turn. And I'll take that Karn the Great Creator off the top of their deck on their upkeep. Going to mill it. Gonna head exile that Kozilek's command. And they can have an Eldrazi Temple, that's fine. I'm being very patient here. I just really don't need to do much. The game's already progressing fairly quickly. They are just sitting here and letting me mill them out. I'm gonna draw this Inquisition and then I will activate my rocks. And that's exactly why I did that, because now I can just Inquisition their Tezzeret. Goodbye, Tezzeret. And now there's nothing I need to worry about. I think I'm gonna let them draw a second Glaring Fleshraker. The damage from that adds up fairly quickly, but even if they draw a colorless spell every single turn for the rest of the game, they've only got 1 more draw. So it actually doesn't matter that much. Urza Saga is fine. I could have let them keep a Mystic Forge just to feel something, but I don't want to feel anything. I'm dead inside. All right, F6 for the rest of the game. That was relatively easy, actually. A win on turn 17, not bad. So what do I want to bring out against them? Grafdigger's Cage doesn't seem particularly useful. Underworld Cookbook doesn't seem particularly useful until you start dealing with Glaring Fleshraker loops. Not necessarily loops, I guess, just them having a bunch of Glaring Fleshrakers. I think I will still take it out, and I'm going to bring in Double Trophy. I just have a bad feeling that they're going to have like a Karn or something slip through, and I really want to have those trophies in. I could take out a Singleton Extirpate and an Inquisition, and I could bring in 2 Duresses. That would be side grading my black 1-drop hand interaction to allow me to take Karns and stuff out of their hand. I think I'm okay with that. And we see the downside of playing Underground Mortuary in the deck. This hand has a lot of ways it can be played. I can turn 1 Mortuary, try to find 3rd land, and then I can turn 2 Lantern Duress, maybe? I think I'll keep it. It's a bit risky. Not gonna pretend it isn't. Oh, we just have everything we want now. All right, Catacombs, Basic Swamp, Inquisition you. Chalice, Kozilek's Command, Opal, Temple Cave Saga. They can't create a construct off this first saga. I'm gonna take Kozilek's Command. Eldrazi Temple has come down. They can play Overflowing Chalice right now, and it looks like they are doing that. An Urza Saga of my own, huh? Well, I'm playing that for sure. So I think I'm gonna play out Lantern first. Mox Opal on top of their deck. I will Duress them. Just want to make sure they didn't draw anything last turn. They didn't. And a simple Pithing Needle on Urza Saga will save me a lot of damage here. They are creating 1 construct. Grabbing Pithing Needle. Gonna put it on Pyxis of Pandemonium, right? Yeah, they did. Okay. Mox Opals come down. That's a 4/4 construct, actually. That's pretty scary. Tezzeret Cruel Captain on top of their deck. Am I worried about that? I'm kind of worried about that. I think I will play out my Urza Saga. I'm going to suspend Profane Tutor, and then I'm going to put Pithing Needle on Tezzeret, actually. And the beats are going to start coming in. I feel like this is slipping away from me just a little bit. What do I want to grab off of this Urza Saga? Do I want to grab Mox Opal, let myself cast Pillage the Bog, or at the very least let myself cast like Pyxis or something and then create a chump blocker? I guess it wouldn't... yeah, no, it would still be a chump blocker. I could grab Codex Shredder, establish a little bit of draw control. I don't know how good that's going to be. They have a Tezzeret Cruel Captain in hand that I've shut off. The big thing that I'm worried about right now is Urza's Cave, I think. I could have grabbed a Pithing Needle for Urza Saga. I don't know how good that is. I think I'm going to grab Shredder. I'm going to let this gain the ability. I'm going to play Underground Mortuary. And I will be shuffling my deck on upkeep, so it doesn't actually matter if I keep this in deck or not. It's mostly just if I want it in my deck to draw into later. And I think I will actually keep it on top. Go ahead and create a chump blocker. Not particularly worried about Core Tapper right now. They're making another construct. I'm just going to let this go. If they find Pithing Needle for Codex Shredder, then so be it. But they found a Phenomena Recorder instead. Glad I made the chump blocker. Core Tapper is down. I will not die. Thank you. And we're starting to get out of this, actually. Just barely. Profane Tutor coming off suspend right on time, as always. Thanks, Profane Tutor. Go ahead and grab Ensnaring Bridge. Duress is my draw for turn if I want it. I think I will draw it, but I'm not going to necessarily cast it right now. Do I want to just grab Mox Opal? I think I'm just going to grab Mox Opal. Play out Ensnaring Bridge here, and then play out Pyxis. I'm still going to be taking love taps from this Core Tapper until I can fully dump my hand, but this did quite a bit of work, actually. Surge Notice, fine. And they chose not to attack with the Core Tapper. They don't have any means of drawing cards right now, so I can just kind of mill this Karn. I guess they could shuffle their deck using their Urza's Cave. Looks like they might be doing that. Yeah, they're definitely doing it. What land card are they going to grab? Urza Saga, right? Unless it's something really scary. Okay, Urza Saga is down. They've got Kozilek's Command on top of their deck here. I'm gonna go ahead and play this Blooming Marsh, and I will fire off this Pillage the Bog right now. I'm gonna look at the top 6 cards of my deck. I found Trophy, actually. So I could Trophy their Pithing Needle on Pyxis. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I will do that on their upkeep. Don't need to do it right now. Pillage the Bog looking pretty damn good right now. That one was really nice. Okay. Trophy their Pithing Needle on Pyxis. This will encourage them to shuffle. It won't force them to shuffle, but they are shuffling anyway. Urza's Tower, great. If they don't have another Pithing Needle to get off of this Urza Saga, then I really think the best thing that they can get is a Candy Trail. Go ahead and exile the top card of everyone's deck here. And I actually have a Pithing Needle now. I could throw this down on Urza's Cave. I don't think I'm going to. Let's exile the top card of everyone's deck here, see what happens. A Glaring Fleshraker. That will eventually cause trouble, especially with that Phenomena Recorder. I'm not convinced that I can play around it right now. I think I might just need to fall even lower on my life. I believe I still have 3 trophies left in my deck. I will throw down Pithing Needle. No, I'm not going to throw down Pithing Needle. I'm just going to hold. They've got a Glaring Fleshraker in hand now. I'm going to have to worry about that. There's the Candy Trail. Looks like they did copy the Urza Saga. Do they have more stuff to get? They got another Phenomena Recorder. Glaring Fleshraker has come down. Okay. Blooming Marsh. I'm going to put Pithing Needle down. Let's see if they fire off the Candy Trail in response. They didn't. And it looks like their goal here is to burn me out. It's possible that I should have cast Duress last turn. Oh, they're not using the camera to try to burn me out here. That's really interesting. They definitely could. Okay, now they're doing it. And now I am in a little bit of trouble. Okay, let's go ahead and start digging our way into an Assassin's Trophy. There we go. All right, Duress you. I'm going to set a stop on your draw step. Go ahead and Trophy your Fleshraker now. Gonna F6 here, and I really need to lock in. I've got quite a bit of their library to dig through. I'm actually gonna mill myself here. I really want to try and hit more discard or mill rocks, actually, but I didn't do it. All right, we've got Profane Tutor now. I'm gonna go ahead and suspend that. Deseret Cruel Captain is actually fine. Looking for any mill rock here. Go ahead and cast Pillage the Bog. Found a Pyxis. That's great. Okay, Profane Tutor's coming off suspend here. I've only got 4 minutes on my clock. I think I'll be able to do it, but it's going to be a bit tight. Grab that Codex Shredder. There we go. All right, we've got 4 mill rocks in play. They've got 25 cards in deck. I think we're okay. I don't want them having an Urza's Cave. I don't have that Pithing Needle. I'm just not tracking their hand anymore. It's pretty much irrelevant at this point. They don't have any sort of additional drawing available to them, so I'm just going to more aggressively mill them than I would otherwise. Handy Trails, Pithing Needles. They have the Parker's camera that they could activate. I don't really care about that. Yeah, they want Glaring Fleshraker on top of their deck. I'm just not going to keep it there. Don't want them having an Expedition map. Not a Kozilek's command. I don't want that Thoughtseize on top of my deck either. I think they might be trying to run me out of time. That's fine. It's not going to work, but it is a noble effort, I think. Swinging in with 4 Eldrazi spawns, you got it. They're not copying these activated abilities with their cameras. They're leaving value on the table, everybody. And we can't have that. All right, so this will be their last draw step of the game. Or at least the last draw step in which they actually get to draw a card instead of losing. Yep, that's fine. Tezeret's up to 8 loyalty. That's quite a bit of loyalty. Just go ahead and do this all at once so that I can F6 through the rest of the turn. And I get the concession on turn 17 of all turns. I suppose they were going to be dying next turn anyway, and I did have just a little bit of time left. All right, well, I'm happy with that. Let's move on to round 2. I hope you're enjoying the video. If you like watching my particular style of content, consider subscribing so you can get notified of my videos and live streams. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm on the play in round 2 versus Aruint. Let's see what I get. It's got discard in it. It's got an underground mortuary in it to try and dig for additional stuff. Double Lantern's already kind of like a mull to 6. I think I will actually mulligan this. Just doesn't do enough. This is a much better hand. I'm going to bottom the second Lantern. They've also mulled to 6. I'm going to lead on Thoughtseize here. Thought Monitor, Thoughtcast, Tormod's Crypt, Weapons Manufacturing, Island, Urza Saga. I mean, yeah, that's a hand that you can keep, especially if you're on 6. I'm gonna take the Thoughtcast out of this hand. Love to take the Urza Saga, but I just can't do that. Island, go. I've got a Prismatic Vista now. I'm going to fetch a basic Swamp with my Bloodstained Mire here, and I will simply suspend Profane Tutor. Urza Saga has come down. Not Weapons Manufacturing, though. And it does seem like my opponent just hit the fail rate for their deck. That's unfortunate. I'm going to play out my Prismatic Vista. I will fetch Basic Forest this time. And I'm just going to drop Ensnaring Bridge. They've got 6 cards in hand now. Surely they've drawn a land, right? They're warping in a Pinnacle Emissary. Playing out the Tormod's Crypt that I do know about. And that's it. That's all they had. I will cast this Profane Tutor. I'm going to grab Pyxis, actually. It's another land. Don't need any more of those. Pillage the Bog is really good here, but I kind of want to leave it in the deck. I'm going to play out Pyxis. I will play out a Verdant Catacombs. And I think I'm going to pass. I'm going to take out the Sink into Stupor, though. Pinnacle Emissary, again, is fine. Boldly ramming this fetch land into their Pithing Needle that they could fetch off of this Urza Saga. They just got Mox Opal. That's what I figured. Now they're going to drop Weapons Manufacturing. And they are getting rolling here. It's turn 4. It's kind of been difficult for them to do anything, but they're eventually going to do something. All right, Warp's going to happen. I will fetch my Surveil land here. No, I don't want that land. Thank you. Assassin's Trophy is really good. I'm going to hold that for a little bit. I could just trophy their Weapons Manufacturing right now, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, they have another one. At this point, I would want to save it for the Enabler. I'm going to continue taking little love taps from this drone until I can figure out something better to do with this trophy. There's still a card in their hand that I don't know what it is. And that's what it was, apparently. So Thoughtcast is going to draw into... Ooh, hang on. Thoughtcast is going to draw into Mishra's Bauble. And what else? Another thought cast, huh? Okay, here we go. They're starting to get rolling. Thought Monitor is coming down now. They will draw into Island and Engineered Explosives. That's not good. That's really not good, actually. Okay, Thoughtcast is down again. They got Steam Vents and Kappa, choosing to take the Love Tap from the drone. And I need to find an answer to this Engineered Explosives quite quickly now, unless I can just zap in Steam Vents. Nope, they're playing Kappa. Okay. All right, so now what? I'm going to... Maybe I should have used Trophy on a Weapons Manufacturing earlier on, huh? Go ahead and exile the top part of everyone's deck. See if I can find some sort of answer. I haven't. I'm going to Trophy their Mishra's Bauble. See if they just sack it in response. They do. Okay, I need an answer to Engineered Explosives now. So I'm going to exile on the top of this Mishra's Bauble. That's not an answer to EE. That's an answer to EE. Okay, I know they have Metallic Rebuke in hand. I'm going to take that Engineered Explosives. And we're both going to enter garbage time for a little bit. One of us is going to draw out of it. They have a lot of stuff. Oh my god, they ripped a Thought Monitor off the top of their deck? Seriously? Okay, well that is what their deck does. I am out of responses here. They have more than enough munitions to deal lethal, and they have the EE. Okay, well, I did my best. It just was not good enough. Okay, so I'm playing against Affinity. I think I want Pithing Needles. I want lots and lots of Pithing Needles. Grafdigger's Cage is not particularly good here. I think I want to keep in the Underworld Cookbook, though. Extirpate could be decent. I'm not sure how decent. I'm going to side that out. And I think I will bring in a Duress. All right, Light Touch here, Light Touch. This is a one-lander. I don't have any sort of consistency. I have to mulligan this. Okay, this is a two-lander. I will keep it. I think I'm going to bottom a Pillage the Bog, although Mox Opal is not really doing much. But Mox Opal could do something if I do so much as draw a single artifact that costs less than 3 mana. Blood Moon, huh? I don't think I'm really worried about Blood Moon. I'm going to take the Sink into Stupor. My opponent played a Scalding Tarn and passed turn. And I drew into not much, actually. I think I'm going to use this Chromatic Vista, and I'm going to fetch out a basic Swamp. And then I will just cast Pillage the Bog. As a look at the top 4, I have to choose between Bridge and Lantern. I think I'm going to take Bridge. They kept their card on top. Lava Spur Boots is down. Memnite is down. And that is Codex Shredder. So I'm going to get Blood Mooned here pretty quickly. Misty Rainforest off the top, huh? They're probably going to be casting Blood Moon right now. Blood Moon, there we go. I have all the basics that I need because of this Mox Opal. Just cast my hand, I guess. Hope to draw into something off the top. And they've got the Urza Saga loop going on here. But unless they can blow up this Ensnaring Bridge, it's not going to do much. And they actually don't have double blue for a Sink into Stupor. I will mill myself. That's an Urza Saga that I milled. Oh, Pillage the Bog right off the top. Let's do that. Okay. Off the tippity top. Look at the top 8. And find Profane Tutor. I could just grab Profane Tutor off of this. I think I will. I'm going to take a poke from this Memnite because of that decision. And they found the island. They have Weapons Manufacturing and Mishra's Bauble. They didn't cast Sink into Stupor, though. Whatever was on the top of my deck, I'm going to take it with Pyxis, so I get a fresh draw that they don't know about. Urza Saga, and I've suspended Profane Tutor. Now I just need them to not have anything good in the top couple of cards of their deck. That's not good for them. They are equipping. I don't think that does anything. Vandal Blast. Well, that was something good. I'll give it up to that. That's unfortunate. They just had the Vandal Blast. I had to shuffle to... No, I didn't actually... That was the first game that I had to shuffle. This game, I just didn't have Lantern. I had to choose between Lantern and Bridge, and I chose Bridge, and I died because of it. Maybe I could have found a Lantern of Insight and taken that over the Ensnaring Bridge, but then I might have just died to these Construct Beats. I don't know. It was a really interesting game. On to round 3.
Has your loss to Lantern Control left you bitter and despondent? Try working through the 5 stages of grief by joining the Fate Seal MTG Patreon. Languish in denial with my $2 tier and get access to my Discord community and your name in my video credits. You'll gain more perks as your grief matures, like tournament live streams, lessons on Lantern Control, and office hours with me. Once you reach acceptance, every month you'll get a private session with me and can even feature your own deck here on Fateseal MTG.
I am on the play in round 3 versus Witherstacks 28. I will actually keep this. It doesn't have Lantern, but it has Saga. It doesn't have a bridge, but it has a little bit of consistency in it. I think I'm gonna roll the dice on this. Double Pithing Needle is either really good or really bad. Let's just go ahead and play our Underground Mortuary to start out with. Yeah, we keep those. I'll keep Lantern on top of my deck. Flooded Strand Pass. Flooded Strand Pass. Flooded Strand Pass. I'm probably playing against some sort of control deck, maybe? I'm going to fire off Lantern of Insight before doing anything else. Yeah, that's Force of Negation on top of their deck. Okay, now Pithing Needle comes down. The first one. They're really thinking about this. They are fetching. Let's see if we can find out what flavor of control they are. Shadowy Backstreet, huh? So there's some sort of Esper something. I can probably expect some Quantum Riddlers, some Shadows, some Solitudes, Belia maybe. What do these decks all have in common? I could just name Teferi Time Raveler and pick the safe pick, quote unquote safe pick. I don't know if I'm going to do that. They kept the Polluted Delta on top. That could just be bait for me though. I think I'm going to take the bait. I have Codex Shredder coming down potentially this turn. Oh, they're forcing it. Yeah, you got it. That's fine by me. They really needed the land that badly. They can still mess me up pretty badly from here, though. Oh, that's a Thoughtseize on top of my deck. I would really love to draw that. I think I will fire off... Actually, I'm going to fire off Pyxis first. That resolved. Let's do Grafdigger's Cage next. That resolved. Now Mox Opal. And... Nah, I'm not going to try and cheese them off lands. I'm just going to draw this Thoughtseize next turn, and I'm going to be patient. They're firing off this Polluted Delta anyway. Basic Island into... There's the Felia. All right, Swamp is down. In their hand, at least. Played it as a land for turn. Do they just have the nuts here? That's Quantum Riddler. Okay, Flooded Strand in hand. It looks like they might have the nuts. They're doing it now. Yeah, I'm just going to mill them here. They got a Forg. They got a Forg. I'm just going to draw the Thoughtseize. I have the second Pithing Needle if I need it. I think I'm just going to grab a third Pyxis. So now I need to draw land into... Ugh. Yeah. Overlord of the Balamurk, that can go. I need to draw land into Ensnaring Bridge. That's what needs to happen. All right, let's see if we can do this. Polluted Delta is their draw. Borg is coming down. Are they just going to blink one of their own things? Oh, that's interesting. I think that actually might be game, because now I can't draw land bridge. I'm going to be taking 4/7. I'm going to fall to 9. And that allows them to discard enough cards to the Psychic Frog to push lethal. I'm going to mill them. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more information. They got Fatal Pushes. I have an Assassin's Trophy on top of my deck. Is that even good enough? I might be falling to 9. I'd be falling to 3 next turn, even if I trophied the Quantum Riddler successfully. And I still need land bridge. Yeah, I think I'm dead to that. I'm just going to look for more information here. They are doing it. They know what their line is. They know what their line is. And I was just 1 land short. This Urza Saga not sticking around kind of sucked. And me not putting Mox Opal to the bottom kind of sucked too. Because I could have fetched the Mox Opal off of Urza Saga, although I'm not sure how much that would have mattered because I would still have only 1 land anyway. Am I gonna dig for more information? No, I think I know what they're playing. I think I'm just gonna concede and save on clock. All right, so they're playing absolutely disgusting BS here. I want to bring in all of my trophies. Trophies are definitely coming in. Extirpates. Don't know if they're playing Witch Enchanters. I don't think they are. I think I'm going to take Extirpates out. I'm going to take Grafdigger's Cage out. I don't think that they're reanimating anything. How confident am I about that? Not particularly confident. I will discard an Underworld Cookbook. Not discard, side out. I'm going to side out one Pithing Needle, but not both. Oh, and I think I will actually side out the Cage. And I'll bring in Double Duress. That brings me up to 10 discard spells. That's a lot of discard spells to protect my bridge with. All right, we're on the play in the second game with a no-lander. This has lands in it, at least. I think with this hand, I will bottom the Pithing Needle, and I'll keep double discard. Pithing Needle can go... Do I play Bloodstained Mire into just wait? I'm pretty well insulated against a Thoughtseize effect. I think I'm going to do that. I want the third land. Go ahead and fetch out that Surveil land again. I'm not really interested in Pyxis right now. And of course, there's Lantern on top of my deck. Okay. Of course. They're waiting with this Inquisition on the stack. Ugh. Jeez. Disgusting. I hate this hand. I mean, it just has to be... Oh, my goodness. Wow. What a terrible hand. What a horrid hand. I hate this hand. Okay. I think I just need to I need to work through this stuff. They've got Pest Control and Wrath of the Skies are the worst offenders in this hand. Teferi will eventually start winning games. Clarion Conqueror will eventually win a game. All they need is a third land, and this really pops off. What do you even do when you face something like this, huh? I'm going to take the Wrath of the Skies. I know that they're eventually going to get up to it, but I am going to take it. All right, Wrath of the Skies is down. I'm going to Thoughtseize them again. And this time I'm going to take... Am I going to take Pest Control? Am I going to take Teferi? Teferi can be answered by a Needle. I'm going to take the Pest Control. Jeez, dude. What am I even supposed to do about that? They bend a Consign to Memory. That was really interesting. Really looking for that third land. If they found it, then they didn't tell me. Psychic Frog is down. That's going to help them find lands. Hey, Urza Saga, right on time. Look at that. I'm going to drop Ensnaring Bridge number 1. And they found that Polluted Delta that they needed. Are they just going to Teferi bounce it? Looks like they are. Are they going to bounce my Urza Saga? They could do that. They are going to do that. Unfortunately for them, Urza Saga will be able to pop before they can bounce it again with the same Teferi. I don't know how much that actually matters, though. Let's go ahead and just drop second Ensnaring Bridge. I could just drop Lantern of Insight. Nah, I'm going to drop Bridge. I'm going to be efficient with my mana here. Flooded Strengths come down for them. They just have so many cards. Yep, that's the Clarion Conqueror. Is that the same Clarion Conqueror that I saw earlier? It is. Okay. Yeah, I'd be pretty comfortable if I was them too. Pithing Needle, huh? Let's see if that even resolves. I will just name the onboard Teferi. And I'm going to drop Lantern. Okay, another Urza Saga is great, but I really need an answer to this Clarion Conqueror, please. Belia is currently shut off. And that's Wrath of the Skies. Alright, let's see what they can do with it. They could Wrath for 3 and start upticking their Teferi. I don't know how good that is. I think they might just Wrath for 1. Okay, they're gaining 3 energy. Let's see how much they pay. And they are Wrathing for 3 on this board. Okay, so the Wrath of the Skies is gone, but their aggression is also gone. I'm going to play this Urza Saga. They can bounce it with their Teferi if they want to, and I just replay it next turn. Watch them have like a Quantum Riddler or something. They could also just drop Emperor of Bones and bring back, I don't know, something. Yeah, they're bouncing my Urza Saga. Emperor of Bones is coming down to no one's surprise. They're just going to tuck a Clarion Conqueror underneath this Emperor of Bones. Emperor of Bones does return it with a finality counter on it. So the Clarion Conqueror is going to enter. I won't be able to activate abilities of artifacts, but I will be able to activate abilities of artifacts on subsequent turns. That's an Assassin's Trophy. That's not nothing. There's a decent chance that I just blow up this Emperor of Bones. My Saga doesn't tap for mana now. How sad. I think I'm just going to blow up the trophy. I'm going to try and buy myself some time. Blow up the Emperor, I mean. They've got 4 cards in hand. The world's their oyster. Surely they've got something they can do. Like another Clarion Conqueror. Yep, that'll do it. And I drew a land when I really wanted to draw a 1-drop. Do they have Ophelia? They do have Ophelia. Oh, and I don't have the 1-drop to make it so that I can eat the Ophelia. So this is going to invalidate my token plan. It's an Overlord of the Balemark. I'm not coming back from this, right? They milled what? They milled a Frog, but they chose the Quantum Riddler. Oh, they also milled a Quantum Riddler. And interestingly enough, actually, because they consigned the mana-producing ability on this Urza Saga, That means that I cannot draw a Pillage the Bog into Ensnaring Bridge as an out. Here they go. They're going to start drawing cards again. Okay, so I need what? Exactly Bridge now? So I will fetch to Thin. And even if I find Bridge, like they're going to have like a Consigned to Memory or a Wrath of the Skies or a Teferi or something like that. So I'm not sure how relevant it is. Even chump blocking with the construct here wouldn't have actually helped, because I would have been at 9 life and they've got 4, 7, 9. I guess I could have created a second construct. That might have helped. Oh, right. They blinked an Overlord. Okay. And they grabbed a Quantum Riddler. I'm just not even going to bother. There's no way on earth I get out of this. Yeah, that's Profane Tutor. That's not going to work. I can technically stay alive for one more turn, and this Profane Tutor will not come off Suspend. Oh, wait. No, I can't stay alive for one more turn because they swing in with this, and I have to block everything. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Okay, that's fine. I'm not surprised that I lost that match. This is a very difficult match for Lantern to handle. They've got lots of draws, they got lots of answers, they got lots of creatures, lots of redundancy. It's very difficult. I'm on the draw in round 4 versus Crashmere with entirely too many consistent pieces in my hand. This is one of the bad parts about running so many of these, is that sometimes you draw them. I don't know if I should keep this though. If it's against a slower deck, it might be useful. I could see myself just getting completely run over though. I think I'm gonna mulligan. I'm gonna try and find something that does something. This hand does do something, unfortunately. I'm gonna bottom the trophy. With as many lands as I have in this deck, I've been keeping a lot of hands that don't have lands in them. Oh, this is Merfolk. Shame I don't have Pithing Needle for that Ether Vial. I do have Thoughtseize though. I think I'm just going to play out my Lantern. There's Harbinger of the Seas. I've got a land on top of my deck. That's really good for me. Merfolk has changed a lot in the past 10 years. They play a lot of stuff that I'm not really in tune with right now. That is second Ether Vial. I think they have some cards on 2 that could cause me trouble. To that end, I think I might play Pyxis and then Thoughtseize them. Or I might just Thoughtseize them, then play Pyxis. And then play Opal and then Thoughtseize them again. Island, Harbinger of the Seas, Mindspring, Merfolk, Sink into Stupor. Yeah, let's take the Sink into Stupor. And I'm going to leave them with just Harbinger of the Seas in hand. And then next turn, I will Inquisition them. And I'll take the Harbinger. Oh, they had a Mindspring Merfolk that I should have taken that instead. I had the Thoughtseize. I forgot they had the Ether Vial on run. All right, well, they're just going to have nothing then. There's a good chance that I just activate Pyxis on their upkeep here. Try and stem the bleeding a little bit. I think I will. I have a Profane Tutor in hand, so I just need to survive the next couple of hits here. That's a Pithing Needle on top of my deck. I like that. I'm going to start taking some hits. They're leaving Mistcaller in hand. I suppose they can afford to do that. I'm going to drop Pithing Needle. Let's see what they do. They are putting their thing into play. I'm just going to name Mutavault. Let's go ahead and suspend Profane Tutor here. I think I'm going to take Force of Negation on their upkeep. And Mindspring Merfolk is draw X cards, put a +1 counter on each Merfolk you control, but it costs X blue-blue. They don't currently have blue-blue. Well, now they have blue-blue. They're leaving it back. All right. And they're being very patient here. I think I will actually activate Pyxis, force them to draw that Force of Negation. They're going to do it for 2. So they will have Force of Negation and what? Otawara? Well, that sucks. And then Silvergill Adept? Wow, so they've got the land for it too? They actually might get out of this. There's a non-zero chance that they get out of this. So I need to find an answer for Otawara. I need to find an answer for Force of Negation, and I need to land Ensnaring Bridge. That's a lot of stuff that I need to do. This Mindspring Merfolk hit really well. All right, let's go ahead and pass to my turn here. And I will cast Profane Tutor, and they're forcing it. Okay, well, let's go ahead and fetch here. I don't want that Underground Mortuary. Forces down. I think I'm actually, like, just dead here, right? I don't need that Inquisition. I think I might just be dead. Because they will hit me, they'll Otawara my Ensnaring Bridge, and then I'll die. I would need to hit exactly Bridge, then Needle in that order, I think. That's Inquisition, which does Stone Cold nothing. All right, and my plan just didn't come together this time. I slowed them down quite a bit. It just didn't matter. That Mindspring Merfolk really doing some work. Yeah, that's fine. Harbinger of the Seas comes down. This does actually give me an opening, I think, to top deck Ensnaring Bridge. Let's see if I do it. That's Urza Saga, which is notably not Ensnaring Bridge. All right, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Dang, that sucks. I had them in the squeeze just for a little bit, but it just wasn't tight enough. Merfolk in the year 2025, huh? Well, Toxic Deluge is good against a bunch of creatures. Extirpate, I've been citing out this Extirpate a lot. I don't know if I feel very good about it. Cage is not good. Underworld Cookbook is not good. Pithing Needle, if they have Otawara, it's going to be okay. I think I want my Duresses. Trophy is not particularly strong underneath Bridge, underneath the moon. So I think I might side those out, and I will bring in Fatal Pushes instead. And then I need a cut here. Maybe I could cut one Pillage the Bog. All right, I would like to be on the play for this game. What does this hand do? This hand is turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Suspend Profane Tutor. If I find a land along the way, I can either create a construct or I can Toxic Deluge. I think I'll keep it. Really hoping to find a land along the way, though. That would be very nice. My opponent is keeping 7. Wow. That is a hand that you can keep. Flare of Denial, Lord of Atlantis, Master of the Pearl Trident, Tishana's Tidebinder, double Sink into Stupor, Vodalian Hexcatcher. They need both of their sinks as lands. I'm going to take the Flare of Denial, and I'm going to leave them with everything else. That was a really interesting hand, though. Let's just hope that they don't top deck a land here in the next couple of turns, so they are forced to play out their Sink into Stupors. There's one. They didn't bolt it in, and I did draw the land that I needed for my own turn. Okay, I'm going to slow my roll. I'm just going to Suspend Profane Tutor here. Chalice on 1, huh? That was a pretty good top deck for them, I think. Sink into Stupor, number 2 is down, so they still have 1 unknown in hand. I think I'm just going to drop Prismatic Vista here. And I am actually going to do this on my upkeep, so that Tishana's Tidebinder can't come down and counter the Urza Saga activated ability. They're choosing to do nothing. Tells me that they've got a Vodalian Hexcatcher that they want to drop. Profane Tutor coming off Suspend here. I did unfortunately side out all of my Assassin's Trophies, so I'm just going to have to live with this Chalice of the Void in play. What am I going to grab? It's possible that I can try and out-muscle them using Urza Saga tokens. I might actually do that, and that allows me to get things into play underneath of Chalice of the Void. Blooming Marsh. Heck yeah, definitely did not need that. All right, now what do I want? Mox Opal isn't particularly strong. I have nothing that I'm going to be casting off of it right now. Although if they have Harbinger of the Seas in hand and they top deck the land they need for it, that could be trouble. I think I actually will grab the Mox Opal. Drop Saga number 2 here. And I'm going to swing in for 3. They're going to take it. A Flood Pit's Drowner. Put a stun counter on a creature and tap it. And they can use it as removal for that creature as well, if they want to. Yeah, that's pretty chill. It's got Vigilance too. That's pretty crazy. Silvergill Adept is entering. They revealed the Lord of Atlantis. I already knew about that. They're gonna hit me for 2 here. All right, so now I've got some options. I could shock in this Overgrown Tomb, and I could cast Pillage the Bog right now, or I could just play Underground Mortuary, slow my roll a little bit. Lantern, I don't need right now. Ooh, what am I gonna do here? I think I'm going to swing in. Am I going to swing in? It's not that bad if they trade their whole board for this construct, is it? Looks like they're not doing it. Oh, and I missed a point of damage. That's not good. Dang it. They could have been at 10 right now if I just created my construct. And now they're just going to hold open to Shauna's Tidebinder. Yeah, I should have created my construct last turn. That was just a mistake. I played right into the Tidebinder. Counter an activated or triggered ability. I'm going to take some damage here. Go ahead and make my construct now. I'm going to grab... what? I could grab Pithing Needle for a Vodalian Hexcatcher. I don't think I'm going to be getting a lock established this game. I will go ahead and do that then. All right, and I'm shocking in this Overgrown Tomb, and I'm going to Toxic Deluge for 2 here. They don't have the Force of Negation to back this board up. I'm going to swing them to 5. It could have been 4. I could have had another creature. That actually might have been a lethal attack if I had played this out correctly, but I did not play it out correctly. So it was not a lethal attack. Okay, but I win anyway. Thanks to the power of grabbing second Urza Saga off that Profane Tutor. All right, let's see what else I want to do. No, I think I'm pretty okay. I think I'm just going to run it back. This hand has essentially 5 lands in it. It's got Inquisition into Urza Saga. I think I'm going to keep that. We saw that that worked out pretty well last game. Although I suppose I did have a second Urza Saga at some point, didn't I? Oh, well. Ask and ye shall receive. Thank you, deck. I appreciate you. All right. Basic Swamp. Go ahead and Inquisition them. Chalice, Harbinger, Lord of the Atlantis, Master of the Pearl Trident, and Silvergill Adept. And the lands with which to cast all of these things. I don't think that I want to cheese them out by taking the Harbinger. I think Harbinger is just going to kind of be bad anyway. It's just the island walk on these creatures is going to be annoying. I think I'm just going to take the Chalice. It could bite me in the butt that I take the Chalice and not one of the Lords, though. I am going to drop Mox Opal now, just in case. I would love to draw a 1-drop. 1-drop artifact, please. Harbinger of the Seas was revealed. That's fine. Silvergill Adept is down. Island is down. Although, I guess, if they play Harbinger of the Seas now, then that means that Urza Saga would be stuck on 1, wouldn't it? Let's see what happens. Soporific Springs, shocking that in. And that is Harbinger of the Seas. They're just dropping that now. So I'm going to need to focus on my Ensnaring Bridge plan then, because this is not going to work. So that means I need to hope that they don't draw a counterspell of some sort. Oh, that's just Lantern of Insight. Yeah, we'll take those. Lantern, Cavern of Souls, huh? Into Pyxis? Into nothing, because I don't have anything else. All right, Cavern of Souls is fine. That's fine too. They played it as their land. It's an Ether Vial. They've got 1 card in hand that that I don't know about, that I would be really worried if they had it. And that is Force of Negation. Or I guess like a Spell Pierce. No, Spell Pierce wouldn't do it, actually. I'm just going to take the 3, or the 6, I suppose. Fall to 11. And I'm okay with their top deck, so I'm not going to activate Pyxis here. All right, Ensnaring Bridge. I will play Verdant Catacombs, and I'm going to play Ensnaring Bridge first, because I need to know if this resolves. Did they have the card that they needed? A counter spell would be really good. Flare of Denial, that is what I was afraid of. All right, Pyxis comes down. And now I need another Ensnaring Bridge very quickly. Mutavault into Master of the Pearl Trident. I'm going to take 7. I'm going to fall to 4. And they're all in on this. I need to dig myself into something good. Pithing Needle is not it. Thoughtseize is definitely not it. Inquisition is not it. Blooming Marsh is not it. Have myself shuffle. Darkboard Pathway is definitely not it. Okay, well, I lost that. It's possible that I should have waited to slam Ensnaring Bridge. Maybe tried to find a discard spell to protect it. Honestly, that might have been why I lost this game. I'm going to say that was the reason. On to round 5. I am on the draw in round 5 versus Hoodie 64. This hand has discard. It's got a Pillage, which is pretty good. It's got Urza Saga. I'm going to keep it. It's got a lot of stuff going on. 4 lands is a lot of lands, yes, but, you know. Oh, Ugin's Labyrinth. All right, let's see what they got. And they put an Ugin underneath his own Labyrinth. Expedition map for the first turn. That's fine. All right, Blooming Marsh. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize you. What's up there? Fleshraker, Kozilek's Command, Temple, huh? I will take the Kozilek's Command, and I will leave you with a Fleshraker. Mind Stone off the top for them means that they can cast their Eldrazi, their Glaring Fleshraker off this temple here. But it means they don't have anything else going on right now. That being said, they have some pretty good rips. Do I trophy their Labyrinth? Take them off of Ugin? No, I think I'd rather just play Urza Saga and play Pyxis. I need to answer Ugin eventually, but like anything can do that. Last Eldrazi Temple is down, taking a damage from that, and they pass. I drew another land. I didn't really want land number 6. I will play this on the green side. If they swing in with this Glaring Fleshraker, I'm gonna trade. I will trade. Oh, they found something big, it looks like. Thought Not Seer, huh? Yeah, my hand's pretty bad. You got it. Maybe now I don't trade. Maybe now I just make constructs that are bigger than what they've got. trophy left my hand. They left me with Pillage the Bog, though. They're sacrificing their expedition map. They're going to find a land. Do they have their own Urza Saga? That would be a bit annoying. Sanctum of Ugin, huh? That's really annoying, actually. And they are offering the trade. I don't think I take it. I think I can just make stuff that's bigger than that next turn. Like, I would have traded this off before I knew they had Thought Knot Seer, but after that, I don't know. That is an ensnaring bridge, huh? So now I can do what? I can grab Lantern off of this. I can cast Pillage the Bog looking for something. I don't know if I need the additional construct right now. I think I'm going to grab Lantern. Yeah, I'm going to grab Lantern. All right, here we go. Vexing Bauble, I don't really care about. Play Urza Saga. I'm going to Pillage the Bog now. Oh, I could plot it. That actually might be correct to do. Yeah, I'm going to plot it. I don't need the card right now anyway. There we go. I'm just going to hold back. They are just cycling into Vexing Bauble. That's fine. Warping Whale can counter sorceries. That's going to counter my plotted Pillage the Bog. Yeah, I'll go ahead and exile here. Hopefully it's not something terrible on top of their deck, and it's not. All right, Vexing Bauble is down. They're just swinging in with their Thought Knot Seer. I will take the chump because I know I'm going to be casting Ensnaring Bridge next turn anyway. All right, Lantern of Insight was the rip here. I think I'm going to play my land, and then I'm going to cast my Pillage the Bog. Right, Vexing Bauble counters it. That's very silly. Ah, that's very silly of me. Okay, Lantern's coming down. And do I actually cast Ensnaring Bridge right now? Yeah, I think I'm going to cast Ensnaring Bridge. All right, so lesson learned on that Pillage. I should have just cast it last turn. Oh, their last card in hand is Kozilek's Command. Oh, that sucks. So they're going to just machine gun me here now. And the Sanctum of Ugin is going to trigger. They're going to grab a colorless creature, put it into their hand. Yeah, here we go. I mean, I don't really have anything I can do in response to this, right? I'm just going to F6 here. I'm not going to F6 because they have a Vexing Bauble in play and they could cycle it. All right, so they grabbed a Glaring Fleshraker. Am I just dead to this? I don't think I'm quite dead to it. I think I'm close. I'm going to fall to 5. Oh, it's a Karn the Great Creator. Oh, man. All right, yeah, I think I'm dead now. They found Karn. I don't really know how much I could have done about that. Chalice of the Void on top of their deck. I just have to let them draw that right now. Okay, first Glaring Fleshraker is coming down. I'm going to fall to 4. And then, oh wait, no, they just have lethal right now. Right. All right, I'm gonna let them kill me. If I had played that Pillage the Bog smarter, I might have been able to dig out of this. Don't know what they drew, doesn't really matter. They've got lethal on board. And yeah, they just cast Chalice of the Void, doesn't matter. The Karn was a really big problem. I think the bigger problem might have actually been the second Glaring Fleshraker. That Sanctum of Ugin was really wise of my opponent to fetch, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and sideboard against them. So I will want my trophies, all 4 of them, I think. I, again, am siding out this Extirpate. It's just not really good. Duresses can come in. Pithing Needle. I think I want all of my Pithing Needles. And then I need to take out the Underworld Cookbook. And honestly, I need more cuts. I think I will take out some of my consistency. I think the Pillages can come out. I hate doing that. Oh, wait. Pillage can work through a Vexing Bauble. Whatever. It's fine. Okay, I would like to be on the play. Thank you. This is a decent hand. I'm going to keep this. Would love a 3rd land out of this. But turn 1 Duress, turn 2 Lantern Thoughtseize is a really good play. And they're mulling to 5. Yeah, we take those. Play on the black side. Duress them to start out with. Expedition Map, Thought Knot Seer, Ugin, Labyrinth Mine. It's a pretty slow hand. I could slow it down even more by taking the Expedition Map. Hopefully they just play like Urza's Mine Pass. That would be great. Urza's Mine, Vexing Bauble. Well, Vexing Bauble's pretty good against Profane Tutor, which I currently don't have in my hand. Okay, Urza Saga into Lantern. That's a Shredder on top of my deck. And that's a Karn on top of theirs. I'm going to Thoughtseize them. I think I'm actually going to take the Thought Knot Seer. Leave them with Ugin's Labyrinth and Ugin Eye of the Storms. Although I guess that means that they now have the 3rd mana. All right, maybe that wasn't the correct play then. Karn the Great Creator. Yeah, I could have taken Ugin and cut them off of the the third mana here. And now I don't get any constructs out of this Urza Saga, which is really unfortunate, I think. But I could just cut them off lands. Devourer of Destiny in hand. Do I let them draw this Expedition map? They'd be able to pop it immediately. I think I'm going to fight over the Expedition map. No, because the only card they have in their hand that I actually care about is Karn the Great Creator. And if they cast and pop Expedition map right now, then that means that they don't have the ability to just rip a 4th land and cast Karn. I have Trophy to answer Karn. It's not pretty, but it is an option. Eldrazi Temple, which they play as a land immediately. That's fair. I'm going to take them off the Glaring Fleshraker. Relic of Progenitus is fine. I think I will find more draw control here. Yeah, let's just grab a Pyxis. Why is Grafdigger's Cage still in my deck? I should have taken that out, huh? All right, so I can just drop Ensnaring Bridge now, and then next turn answer their Karn. I think I will do that. I'm going to take them off of this Relic of Progenitus. I just don't want them having any instant speed draws right now. Oh, and I really don't want them having Kozilek's Command. That would suck. And they have Kozilek's Command anyway. Are you serious? Well, I suppose I was just kind of stuffed regardless. Do I sack Lantern and then rely on Urza Saga to get me another one? I think I have to at this point. Jeez, man, that was just really rough. They drew in Urza's Mind, thank goodness. And this Ugin will eventually become a problem. They really should have thought seized that, I think. I think my opponent's just deciding how they want to kill me here. Karn the Great Creator has come down. I think the best grab that they could get here is something like a Walking Ballista that's going to come down, be able to deal me direct damage. Oh, Liquid Metal Coating is not it. I hate to say it, opponent, but I have the answer for Karn right now. This is not going to be quite the heroic play that they were hoping for. All right, Trophy Karn. This is why I sided in 2 more of these, because I knew stuff like this would happen. They got their Snow-Covered Wastes as their basic, and they top-decked another Karn the Great Creator. All right. Okay, I get it. I think this is game. I think this is game. Even with my misplay on not thought seizing Ugin, they had runner in a row. They had Relic into triple runner, and that was just really difficult for me to deal with. I didn't have a strong enough log. Oh, and I have the Lantern. Yeah, let's go ahead and cast that. Maybe I'm gonna have another. Oh, no, that's not gonna be it. It just doesn't matter at this point. They're just gonna be able to win with whatever they like. Maybe I could have played this better by thought seizing that Ugin and letting them drop Thought Knot Seer eventually. I don't know. I'm sure folks in the comments will let me know where exactly I went wrong. Trinisphere was a good pickup. I liked that Trinisphere line. That's a really good pickup, I think. You know what? I actually think I will wrap it up to this. I could sit here for the next, I don't know how long, and wait for the game to end, or I could just wrap up the game and move on. So I think I'm going to do that. So a 1-4 record with this deck in the leagues is more or less what I would expect from me playing Lantern specifically. I feel like I made a couple of pretty critical misplays that sucked a lot. Pillage the Bog felt good when it was good, and it felt not good when it was not good. And it's difficult for me to analyze it because, well, I did such a bad job, honestly. That's a decent chunk of it. But there was a hand or two where I had, like, I think there was double Profane Tutor in and Pillage the Bog, and it was just like, that was just the whole hand. I don't know if I can fault that hand because, you know, I only played 7 consistency pieces. It's not like I expect to draw 3 of them in a game, in an opening hand even. I think I just need more practice. Again, I keep saying that a lot. I say that a lot, but I think I just need more practice. I made a couple of really big misplays this league that cost me some games. I think I'm going to try again later, and we will do some more testing probably with Pillage the Bog, honestly.
This program is made possible by your view, like, and comment, the support of my wife and son, and by contributions to the Fateseal MTG Patreon from viewers like you. Thank you.